So, for lack of a better explanation, I'm going to take this patch cable. This is one of the ones with little screws on it. I don't know if you can see that. It's got little screws on it. We're going to take this and we're going to make it a little bit longer with some speaker cable that I've got right here. Yeah, let's start. Gonna need a screwdriver. Ideally, I'd want one a little bit smaller so we don't strip these. Actually, they've got flathead, so you could just use a flathead on them, but this is what I have right next to me, so I'm just gonna use this because it'll work. All right, so now what we have is a guitar cable. There's little wires here at the end. We're gonna take those off. I should probably grab my soldering iron, but this is another little bit that sits over these to prevent the wires from grounding out on the back of the cable there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this off of here, these little connections on this metal bit, and then we're gonna extend it with some of the speaker wire that I have here. So let me get my soldering iron, get it warmed up. All right, so while my soldering iron is warming up, I'm gonna grab some speaker wire and we're gonna cut it and we're gonna strip it, and then we're gonna extend this cable. Copper. Yeah, just a little bit of it got stripped, but that's all right. So we've got enough of it on the lead there that we can work with that. All right, so now we've got 2 wires. All right, so this solder isn't wanting to heat up very well, and I'm kind of struggling with it. Ideally, you should have it kind of held in place by something. I don't really have anything, so we're gonna use this tray here. Then I'm gonna try and pull it off a little bit better. Success. Now we got the other one off because there's actually 2 wires in here. That's why we cut 2 different wires. All right, so now we have our 2 separate bits of wire there. We're gonna connect our other 2 bits of wire to them. All right, and we paid attention to where the wires came from. That's the other thing that I forgot to mention before. So this white wire is the hot and the bare wire is the ground. So you want your hot wire to go to the center of this pole here and your ground to go to the side. It's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and connect our wires to this. If that's seriously the amount of wire in there, I might just make a jank wire myself, because this is not very much wire in here. I'm gonna try to strip it a little bit better this time. Yeah. All right, so instead of making a cable out of this, I think what I'm gonna do is make a cable out of the wire that I grabbed here. So I've cut a little bit longer a piece of wire here for the use case that I want. And we're gonna add some solder to the tips after we wrap the tips up. And then we're gonna connect these bits to the ends of our cable. Wire end with a little bit of solder on it. It's got a cat hair on it because my cat just has to be in everything. Now we're doing the other end, and then we'll do the other wire. All right, now we're gonna attach our 2 ends of wire to this. And hopefully this will work. This is actually the first time I'm doing this, so. Yeah, at this point, you're better off. I'm serious, you're better off just going and buying a cable. This part, like, I feel like I need clips or something. I don't have any. I'm not really sure where to set this up on. Well, the sad part is I got it connected, but not in the spot we want it. Alright, so I used electrical tape to hold it in place and got a lot better results there. We have our ground and our hot. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, I think I got it that time. Yep. Yep. Alright. So let's put it back together, see if it works. Alright, so it took a little bit longer than we expected, but yeah, it's going through. We have the ME25 hooked into the ME80, and we're getting sound. So allow me to play the guitar.